Welcome to Skills and Academic Tuition Center. So, in this video, I'm going to look at the reactivity series of metals. So, as we look at the reactivity series of metals, we have to understand what reactivity series of metals is. So, reactivity series of metals is the arrangement of metals in order of their decreasing or increasing chemical reactivity. The way metals are arranged in order of their reactivity is what we are saying as the reactivity series. Now, when you look at the reactivity series, you find that there are metals that are more reactive and metals that are less reactive. So the more reactive metals undergo chemical reaction more readily than the less reactive metals. Therefore, very reactive metals, they are able to form compounds that are more stable because it is very difficult for you to break the bond in a more reactive metal, or the bond that is formed by a compound of a more reactive metal. That's why we're saying more reactive metals, they're able to form compounds that are more stable, unlike the less reactive metals. So the reason to that is that it is difficult for the bond in the compound of a more reactive metal to be broken down. So now, when you look at this page, which we have the reactivity series indicating different metals there, starting from potassium up to somewhere gold there. We have the arrow, which is indicating from the least reactive metals to the more reactive metals, and basically it is showing increasing in reactivity. So if we are starting from potassium coming down, that is the decreasing in reactivity. Then if we are starting from gold going up to potassium, that is the increasing in reactivity. So when you look at potassium and sodium, these are metals that are coming from group 1 element, and therefore we are saying group 1 elements are more reactive on the periodic table. So potassium coming from the group 1 element, from this diagram or chart which we have, potassium is said to be reactive because it easily gives out the outermost electrons whenever it is reacted. So it readily react as compared to any other metal which is indicated. So basically this is supposed to be understood as you are dealing with the reactivity series of metals, that most of the reactive metals are coming from the group 1 elements. Then we have magnesium and as well as calcium, which are coming from the group 2 elements. We have aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, and lead also coming from other areas on the periodic table. Then we have hydrogen there, which is being used as the reference point. So meaning the metals that are above hydrogen are able to displace hydrogen in a chemical reaction, meaning they are more reactive than hydrogen. Then the metals that are below hydrogen are less reactive than hydrogen. They cannot displace hydrogen in a chemical reaction. So even though aluminium is amongst the reactive metals, when aluminium is exposed to air, it forms a protective oxide layer which limits its reactivity. Hence, aluminium is said to be less reactive due to the presence of its oxide layer. And basically, this oxide layer makes aluminium not to react readily with water and acid. So aluminium has got a protective layer which limits its reactivity. hence it is said to be less reactive. Thank you for watching.